the thing is, like, think about it, right? We called with near the bottom of our range, right? Like queen high flush draws. What are the worst hands we're gonna call there? And we're pipped by one, you know. So they need me to bet fold a huge amount of my range to make money with that check raise, which I don't think I do. I mean, some people would, right? Some people would, but good luck out there, Jamie. How was Infinite Jest? It's on my list to read, but I have other ones the priority first. What's up, Ekfako? Thanks for the good luck, man. Infinite Jest was really amazing, man. It's an amazing book, amazing experience. I think it's like it's quite similar to some of the other stuff I've read by him, right? So it's not like I didn't find the novel super daunting in terms of reading it because every section and every sort of division and every chapter could just be read in and of itself, and it's interesting, right? And like, yeah, there's a lot of characters, but not an overwhelming amount to where like you can't remember what's going on or something like that. So functionally, I think the book just works. And I think people's discussion about the footnotes being a thing, it's like, it's kind of a meme, right? It's kind of like talking about the weather in regards to the book, which is like, it's not that big of a deal that there's footnotes. Just some of the book takes place at the end of the book as opposed to in the middle of it. And turning back and forth with two bookmarks is just not a hard thing to do. So I think, yeah, it's like functionally totally worth it. Shouldn't be intimidated by it. It's like similar to his other writing. It's approachable. It's not like the language is such that that is difficult to understand what he's getting at or anything like that. Like, no, it's, you know, if you have basic reading comprehension, you're gonna get sort of what he's talking about, I think. So yeah, and then in terms of like the subject matter, I mean, it is epic, right? Like it covers a huge amount of things. And I don't want to, like, I don't know how you feel about spoilers or anything. The plot is not super important in the book, although there is a plot, you know? But like, basically, it's just great. It's a great experience. I think it's definitely worthwhile. I think you're going to like it. It's a lot of effort to get through because it's really big and long. But it's thrilling and worthwhile. If you're into like literature and postmodern kind of things, if you like any of the rest of David Foster Wallace's writing, like it's just it's a great read and worthwhile. So like my experience after I've read the book now is I consider briefly starting again immediately when I finished to go through again, just because there's so much, you know. It's like took me about 2.5, 3 months to read the book, reading every day, like on a schedule. And so when I was finished, it's like some of the stuff I read in the beginning of the book, I read 2.5 months ago. And so I considered just going right back in because it's that enjoyable to where you could read it again and you'll get more things out of it and new things out of it and more depth out of it and stuff. It's not necessarily chronological, but again, like the plot of the book is not necessarily the main point of the whole thing. But I decided to give it a bit of a rest, but I know it's something that I will read again for sure. And in following up after the book, I bought a couple companion texts to read with it. So like a couple essentially like commentaries. Like one of them is a student commentary that's, you know, breaks down chapter by chapter and adds like discussion. And then another book. So two basically companion books to read with it for my next read through, just so that I can access some of the like common discussion that happens in like intellectual or literary circles about some of the topics of the book. Like I think I'm catching it, you know, Like it's not hard to get to them, but it'll be nice to have essentially like a guide through it, like a teacher. Sometimes I wish when I'm reading books that I could go back to like my high school classes, because it's so nice to have like a really experienced literary person prompt you of interesting things to think about or questions. And that's essentially what I think these books will do. So yeah, man, I think it'll be a book that is just a part of my life indefinitely. I suspect it'll be similar for you and for people that read it, that like it's never a book that really ends. It's just like a book that you could continually go back to over time. You'll continue to think about, and you could just read it 10 times and you're just going to get more and more stuff out of it, you know? So yeah, it's good. It's a really good book. So we bet on the flop with ace queen on the 6-7 jack. We are sort of value betting on the flop, right? We're betting on the flop to get called by a few worse hands, but then also it accomplishes a few things, right? We might get some folds from fives through deuces. We protect our hand from hands that can get there, you know, like let's say king 5 or something. We don't get free cards. And then we get some value from a hand like an 8-9 or an 8-10 or a 9-10 or an ace-8 with a backdoor flush draw, something like that, right? So that's kind of the bet with the ace-queen on the flop. Check is an option too. But I think what our strategy is going to look like on that board, the 6-7 jack, is that sometimes we're going to bet big. Sometimes it makes sense to bet big with some hands and put pressure on their 6x and 7x. So like with ace-jack, it makes sense to bet big. With queens, kings, aces, well, maybe not aces. Queens and kings, it makes sense to bet big. With king-jack, it makes sense to bet big. And then the bluffs are going to be, you know, the king-high backdoor flush draw kind of hands are going to be hands that make sense to bet big, right? And then there's going to be some small bets, which is going to be with our middle strength top pair, with our second pairs, with our under pair to the top card on the board. And then some small bluffs, right? And so that's probably how I'm going to set up that range. Because some hands definitely want to bet small. Some hands want to bet big. Some hands want to check. I think you can justify all three. The question is, like, can you split your range in your mind in a way where you can sort of adequately do that? I think I can on that board. But then, you know, sometimes, like, I was doing a poker spot just the other day. It was a spot where I'm like trying to figure out how I want to play my range. Some small bet, some big bet, some check, right? And then, you know, in a solver land, it was just a pure big bet. It was like, oh, okay. So there isn't a small bet here. It's not the end of the world, but like, you know, getting that right is hard and complex to do, I think. Sixes, we're going to call on the small blind here. And check fold. Aya. This is a good hand. This is not a good thing to see in that they're squeezing knowing they have to stack off against under the gun. But ace-queen suited is too strong here, though, I'd say. All right. Good luck. May your aces hold and you win every coin flip. Dude, if that's the prescription for today, we're going to do it, man. You follow any of the WSOP news? Some of it. I mean, I'm on Twitter, so I see a bunch of stuff that happens on Twitter and stuff, but nothing, not super explicitly. There's been a lot of drama this year, it seems like. Look fresh, buddy. Thanks, man. I feel like we have the best hand here. I mean, sometimes someone will have jacks, but we probably have the best hand. It's awesome, man. You should come check out Thunder over Louisville in Kentucky. Biggest fireworks show in the U.S. to celebrate the running of the Kentucky Derby every year. Huge event. Would love to go, man. Sounds amazing. Wouldn't be surprised to see dome-shaped glasses. Interesting. I don't know how that would work. Just finished Infinite Jest. I want to read it again. So many stories within stories, says Baron Vaughn. Yeah, man. Exactly. I think you're going to do the audiobook for the second time. That would be good as well. Yeah. I guess my second go is going to be a slow read probably. You know, it's going to be like, okay, I'm going to chip away at this for the next year, and I'm going to read a chapter, and then I'm going to read the corresponding chapters in the companion books, you know? So read it in this book, read it in this book, or read the chapter maybe, read the discussions of the chapters in the other book, and then sort of pick through it, maybe mark it up a little bit, and like just kind of dig into it more, you know? I think that's what I'll do with Infinite Jest, but I'm going to give it another 6 months or so before I do that. All right, I'm going to go on a quick break. Enjoy some highlight shot. I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm just going to grab a drink, okay? Stay with me. To the tournament, we need an ace or a king jack. Oh, it's a king. Hold, clean. When they just flap, what's going on? We're back early. Thanks for being here, everyone. On our 6 tables, having a good time today. And battling it out. Chipped up a little bit here, which is nice. I think you start with 50. No, you start with 100K here. Send the hello to Turple. Hello, Terps. Turple. What's up, Turple? Oh, flop it a flush, man. Flop it a flush. All right. Call with ace-7 in the big blind. Ace-9 deuce on the flop. Start with a check. Black and white rip jammy. Yeah, I mean, just a little, you know, little intro to the video. A little dramatic intro. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. I think just call with ace-7, you know? Part of me wants to raise on the ace-9 deuce, you know? Part of me wants to be like, I raise. What are you going to do? But our actual hand doesn't want to play against the range that continues against a check raise, you know? Then our hand becomes like very average. Whereas when we just call, our hand is really good against the average hand that they're going to have here, and it's going to be really profitable. So as much as we want to exhibit the, hey, I have the best hand almost all the time, we kind of just have to keep telling, we have to keep chill, man, keep chill. Big bet on the turn. Now our hand is kind of in the middle of the range, right? Against a flop bet, we're loving it. Against a big turn bet, we're in the middle. And then on the river, against a half pot bet, we're bluff catching. I think we should bluff catch. Board is so dry with our ace-7. I like calling down. But it doesn't work out for us, man. It just does not, and it's sad. And it is what it is. It's okay. We live to fight another day. Three bet to 14-4 here. I think is good with the jacks. We did get the stack. Three betting jacks against 9s all in. I think we got that bounty for 25 as well. Look at this. Raise, 3 bet, 4 bet, 5 bet. Wow. Relax. Relax. And we check on the king turn. Well, the 3-9. And the king nine. Full color, he's still alive. We're here, bro. Is the whole highlight black and white? Nah, no way. No. You're trolling me, dude. I just thought for a second, I was like, wait a second. Wait a moment. Check with the sevens. And check again on this turn. Not such a good turn here. We have a gut shot, but there's 3 overcards, and the sort of hands that we beat now from our opponents are going to be only King 8 and King 7 suited, and then Ace X suited. On the river, it's a different story. We have a straight. They can also have some straights here with Jack X, but I think we want to go for about a half pot bet here, which is going to operate as sort of a block bet. In a sense, if we get raised, we can fold, you know, and they have a jack or they have club. But hopefully when we bet this half pot size, we're going to get a call from some two pair type hands and maybe even a hero call from one pair. We'll see. It's possible. Let's go. I think we just got called by a 2 pair, like a 9-8 or something like that. 9-8 suited. Ace 10. That's a pretty wide call for sure. Definitely a pretty wide call. Just as, I mean, our bluffs in that spot are going to be ace high, like suited ace X basically, you know? But we do give them a good price. They only need to be right about 25% of the time. So maybe they think that we bluff enough, and we might. We might. I mean, hey, I'm not being too critical here. It is what it is. We have a home game coming up today, chat, in 2 hours from now. If anyone wants to play, exclamation mark home game. What's up, Big Ripper? 4220. How are you, man? Good to see you in the house. I haven't been able to watch in a while. Any big cashes lately? We have, yeah. So 3 weeks ago, we got second in the grand for whatever it was, 15K or something like that. And 4 weeks ago, we got second in the grand also for 15K. So 2 times second place in the grand, and then we took a week off. We went for F1, and then last weekend, we bubbled the grand. So... But it's been fun, man. It's been fun. Those were definitely some really great results. It was a good poker month this past month. And the action is kind of small during the summer, though, for sure. So it's like there's not a ton of opportunities to hit like big, massive scores. But nonetheless, the game is feeling really sharp. It's in a good spot, and excited to battle, you know, get after it. I'm going to try and limp along here, actually. This is a bit of a weird hand, right? Like, I would typically raise this. Once we get a limp under the gun, we've got this whole table behind. We're kind of deepish. Just going to go for the limp along, you know? This is the old, like, live poker. Oh, we have a hand that can flop, like, the nuts. Let's just limp along and see how we do, you know, for cheap. Doesn't work out online as much as it does live, for sure. Kings we open, get called in 2 spots. Wow. It's a really bad flop for kings. Got kings on 2 tables. Check again. Yes per day. I'm not sure on that, dude. I'm a party poker pro, right? So like I can help you out with our party poker stuff that we got going on. But obviously my hope is to convince you guys to try us out on party poker. And so when other sites are running promotions or getting tournaments and stuff, I mean, hey, do your thing, but like in some ways it's like a competing team, right? You know? I'm not the source, at least. I'm not the source on that information, you know? So join us on Party Poker if you can. But someplace, you know, if you're watching from the US or something, you can't play on Party Poker, obviously, and so I understand that sometimes it won't work. Raise to 750, a 3-bet to 1800. Damn, this is painful. I think it's a fold. 47 blinds deep. Don't think we can 4-bet get it in profitably. I think cold calling as well, out of position, is a big issue. So, yeah. So, yeah. Cool. 4,000 there. Doing great, man. Got Friday offs, obviously. Just fired up the stream after lunch. Currently enjoying a beer and a fine cannabis toke. All right, man. Have a great day. Have a great day, dude. And happy Friday off, man. It's weird. I always feel like I'm coming into the work, you know, I'm coming into the grind on Friday, you know? It's the opposite for me where it's like, all right, work time. Let's go. I also do work, obviously, you know, Monday to Thursday too, but it's just different kind of work usually. It'll be poker lessons and poker study. It'll be meetings and administration work and a couple other projects that I help on and stuff like that. So I do a lot of that stuff. But yeah, the on-camera poker grinding is a different thing. Can we value bet here? Probably not. Do you play much live poker? I haven't in a couple of years. I used to play quite a bit though. I like live poker. Just is not the most profitable time in the world to play live poker. I think all risks and balances added up, you know? So yeah, I don't play at the moment. So King 6. Why hasn't your brother been streaming? He has COVID. Waffles say yum. Drop this up with the prime. Can we get some love in the chat for Waffles? Thank you. Waffles say yum yum. Oh, beautiful. Thank you very much for the subscription, my friend. Appreciate you. What's up, B Perry? Hello, B Perry. Queen 10-7 on the flop. Kind of connected. King 6. No backdoor flush draw. I think we check a decent amount on this board. And I think King 6 without a backdoor flush draw is one of our best combinations, right? One of our biggest misses. If you think about it, like ace highs have some showdown value, right? Jack 9 and Jack 8 suited have some gut shots. So like 6-5 suited, King 6 suited, King 5 suited, King 4 suited are the biggest misses. Probably not a great hand to bluff. Like probably we have enough hands to bluff that we don't need to bet it on the flop. Because there is an element of like, okay, you know, bluff your worst hands and then check your middle hands and then bluff and then bet your greatest hands. But then I think there's some times where you have enough hands, like you have plenty of bluffs that you don't need to bluff every bluff that you have, you know. Feel like that's one of those spots, but you know, nonetheless. Hello, King 3 off. How's the week been? Been up to much? Much love as always. Go crush it. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Lots of work this week. Work on an NFT project thing that I'm doing. A lot of business administration stuff. This morning, I had to do all my financial statements for my company, so get all my account balances and information up to date. What else did I do this week? I had a couple to-dos. I had to print off my taxes, sign them, send them in, transfer some money. Kings are pretty good. That's a pretty good hand. What did I just miss as well? Damn! King 3 off dropping the 3-month resub. Thanks so much, King 3 off. I appreciate you. Get some love of the chat for that resubscription after the question. We're going to reshove here. But then Baron Vaughn dropping a 5-pack. My infinite jest friends, Baron Vaughn. Sabi, Big Tall Trey, Nibble Me Timber, Names Stin, Sue Ranger. Welcome to the team, courtesy of Baron Vaughn. Thanks for your support, man. I really appreciate it. Get some love of the chat for Baron Vaughn, you guys. And thanks for the support, man. Thank you. Let's go. 6-pack. 5-pack from Baron Vaughn. King 3 off, dropping the resub as well. Thank you, everyone. Waffle say yum yum. We're doing it. We must be on a hype train right now, yeah? Yeah, we are. Thought we would be. I'm not getting called by Worsey if I raise is the thing, so we just call. Right. We get check raise on the flop. We check the turn. And then when they block bet the river, they're not going to call with a jack if we jam. I don't think. So I just call. Even though we have trips and very likely we have the best hand, but I think it's fine. King 10 fold. Yeah. King 10 fold. Okay, so we have room for another table. Let's get the 125 open. Or no, let's get the Gladiator first, actually. Gladiator is a knockout, so I would like to get in that one first. Home game in an hour and a half from now, chat, ! Home game if you'd like to play. Just $5. Some nice added prizes. Should be good fun. No, Master Flips, you can't play with a VPN in Party Poker, unfortunately. Sorry, man. Bet the flop, get a call, 5 on the turn. So this looks like a good card for the range. They have 6-7 suited, 7-8 suited, and they're supposed to have like King 7 suited, Queen 7 suited and stuff, but people don't always have it. I think the reality is, though, that both of us are pretty weak on this board, and we have a really good bluffing hand here, you know? We can fold out better king highs, etc. I think I'm going to shut down. I think a lot of their range contains hearts, actually. Oh, my goodness. That was a value bet. That's so sick. Let's go. Value bet with the king high on the turn. Let's go, man. Check raise on the flop. We get back raised. We call. Call. Yeah. Maybe it's just a good bluff catcher. And, like, if we're wrong, we have outs, you know? In your case, would say it's not work if you love what you do and you have fun doing it. For sure, man. I do love what I do, but don't get me wrong. I've been doing this for 12 years, you know? So it's like, I love poker, and poker is a passion of mine. But nonetheless, it's not like, what I'm going to choose to do in my off time is like grind more hands, you know? So it's definitely work, but I'm very lucky to do it, you know? Very lucky to do it. I don't know what to do here, man. I guess I'm going to fold. Like, I want to put in more action because I'm the most likely to have a deuce in this spot. But then again, like, the problem, I think, is that when my opponents have enough flush draws, they're just all in. And then we have to raise fold. Yeah. So, and I think they're going to get it in with flush draws, especially with us having a bounty on our head. If we're deeper, I'm going to put in the 4-bet there. Or I guess the 3-bet on the flop. But... unfortunately, it's just not set up properly for it at the moment. So this is good. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Everything is mostly set up properly. There we go. Centurion. Best stack right now would be the 109 grand. We have 400K. So we have 40% of a start stack already for Sunday's tournament. 9s against Queen 6. All in here. That's a set. No 7. Let's go. Matt's doing okay. Yeah, no, he's a little bit better. I think he still has symptoms, but like his energy is improved a lot, so he's okay. He catch it during his recent live poker travels. Probably more likely he caught it at the F1 actually, although I didn't catch it and Rebecca didn't catch it. Or if we did, it didn't show up on a test and we were asymptomatic. Is this a 4-bet, man? Yeah, it just is. But yeah, so he came here to Montreal for 4 days after that, and then he went to the F1, and he got COVID when he was home. So that would have been like maybe 9 days after his live poker, 9 or 10 days after his live poker trip, and then it was only like 4 days after the F1 or so, or the first day of the F1. So I think it's pretty likely that he caught it at the F1, but was not symptomatic until he left here. You know, it's probably what happened. Raise 3-bet to 900. We peel. And we peel flop. We improve a little bit on the turn, right, with the pair. I think we want to call here. We are obviously bluff catching, right? But then we do have additional outs if we're wrong. A 7, an 8, or a 6, or they're bluffing. Getting a good price. So, yeah, I think it's a call for all those reasons. They snap it in here without thinking much about it. Against a big blind 3-bet. Guess we fold. The old stop and go from Alfredo here. We are all in. Wow, pretty sick for Alexander, also making a flush. We're on 600,000, man. This is 60% of a start stack in the 1K. I mean, impressive stuff. 215 bounty doesn't look like it's going to get off the ground. Okay, full to 5-9. 6 beautiful tables, man. 6 beautiful tables. We got a half stack at the 500, but triple stack here, start stack here, 6 stacks in the 109. It chipped up a little bit in this 109 too. Busy then, bro. You're welcome for the sub, bro. Love watching you and being part of the stream. Cheers, man. Thank you. Thank you. Wife got COVID 2 weeks ago. Fortunately, mild symptoms. Glad to hear that, man. Glad to hear that. That's good. That it was mild. What is up, Stapes of Poker? Hello, Matt Deli. There's actually a couple Stapes of Poker. Joe Stapleton, I think, takes the Stapes name, even though that was my high school nickname for sure. It was owned in poker before I got here, you know? So I don't get it, I don't think. Thanks for watching the show, man. Okay. I think it's close to raise here on the turn. I think flop check is good with our particular combo on this draw heavy board texture. Then on the turn, we can decide to turn our hand into a semi bluff or just peel. I don't think fold is a good choice, but limp on the button, jam for 60. I think we rejammed here. Gilbert's a senior. This limp is probably pretty weak, so we're gonna take the ace here and gamble against Gilbert. And probably going to chop this up. Yep. Not a good flop with the kings again. Well, let's put it this way: if you were to wake up with 100 million or something like that, point is plenty of money to retire and then some. That I feel like the second half of that message has been cut off. I think so. You're setting up the proposition, but the punchline isn't coming in. But yeah, I think like the sentiment, anyways, of it, in case it got cut off and it's gone forever. It's like, yeah, even if I had $100 million or something, I wouldn't. Okay, so here it is. What do you think the hobbies or pastimes would be? Maybe firing in the Triton poker for big bucks. Yeah, so I think like that's probably what would happen. Yeah, if I had $100 million, I would play something like the Poker Players Championship at the WSOP main events, and then a couple Triton events or something like that. Probably, in interesting spots around the world. That's probably what I'd do. And then for online poker, I'd probably stream, very occasionally, like probably a couple times a year, essentially for big Sundays, just to kind of stay connected with the community and stuff like that, right? And with people. But that'd be it. That's probably what I would play in poker if I had $100 million, is maybe 5 live tournaments a year and then stream 5 times a year or something like that, probably. And I guess probably what I would do with my time. I'm curious your guys' answer as well. If you had 100 million, what do you think? How would your life be structured? With my time, I would probably every day do some form of exercise and sport, whether that is walking, hiking, biking, golf, what have you, skiing in the winter, something like that. And then I would do probably several hours of reading. Like I'd kind of transform my life into school in a way. And I would be working on some other project, I think. Probably something political. Like I would be trying to figure out how to make a political impact and make a plan or something like that, So I would just transition to working on different things, I would say. How many people make it through here? Is it 1 or 2? Just one player. So you need all the chips in play to get through in this one. Good luck today. Give me your chips and go celebrate Canada Day. I'm going to head out there a little bit, plek. I'll head out there tonight and check out some fireworks. But for now, the grind continues, Call with the jack 8, the big blind. Check at the turn. The river is not ideal. It completes some of the hands that are going to be bluffing on the turn from them, right? They're going to bluff suited queens. Yes, some suited kings, and those are going to be some of the bluffs that are left here on the river, but it's definitely a scary card because it completes some hands that were bluffing on the turn. But it goes check, and we beat ace deuce. Beat ace deuce. Okay, nice. They didn't pull the trigger on the river. I bet sometimes they will, or they can in theory. But nonetheless, here we are. Check flop, ace on the turn. Let's bet turn or river here. Let's win this grand phase, man. 550, 650, 750, 850, 950, a million 50. Be like 1.4 million, almost 1.5 million here, which is a really nice stack going into the Sunday event. So let's make it happen. Off work till next Thursday. About to drive across the U.S. Go see some stuff. There you go, Matt Deli. I guess that's another thing as well, is that if I had $100 million, I'd probably travel somewhere about once a month, I would guess. Probably take something like 12 trips a year. And then I'd probably do like an extended period of time in various spots sometimes. You know, like Croatia, for example. I'd love to spend like a month in Croatia and just get into a bit of a routine there. So that would definitely change if I had all the money, you know? Be more travel. OMG, King folded the 109. There's a three-way pot in the Centurion. Check on the flop. Bet on the turn. Fold, we fold. On the paired board, ace high. I mean, maybe in theory we peel, but whatever. I mean, I don't think our opponent's bluffing with queen jack suited there three ways. Relax. Relax, man. It'll be fine. I promise. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We are all in with the tens. We're going to win it with the tens. We're back up to 23,000 here in this 500 bounty. Good stuff. Raise 3-bet, cold 4-bet. We fold ace 10. Plex says I'd be a scuffed Damblazarian. I would not be playing poker if I had that kind of money, says Wallahu. Imagine you forgot to mention shopping for some pricey fine art pieces. I'd definitely buy some art for sure, man. Yeah, I'd definitely buy some art, but I don't know if my art collecting will scale with my wealth. At a certain point, it might stop, right? And then I'm kind of buying art that I can afford to buy right now, but I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to be a collector of pieces of art that are like $100,000 if I ever get to a crazy amount of money, you know? I just don't know how I feel about it. I guess it's not a big deal if you buy it and you share it with other people, but yeah. Over the queen 6 suited, get a 3-bet from Martin. And fold, I guess. Any certain websites you recommend for shove call charge based on big blinds? Check out Preflop Academy. Link below the stream. You can't use Preflop Academy while you play, so it's just for study purposes, right? But they have a bunch of different charts for various scenarios of preflop poker. So check it out. Link below the stream. Which I think gives me a small percentage if you sign up. And it might give you like a 10% discount or something, but I'm not entirely sure on that. Yeah, it'll be helpful for you. Check them out. Love the Habs Cup. Big fan. There we go. There it is, man. It's a good cup. It is. It's just a good cup. There's no way around that. aces, man. Let's go. Ace, ace, dotty. Come on. Collect today, Jamie. Thank you, Raisinator. Just finished washing our pet moose in maple syrup. Happy Canada Day. Let's go. True, man. It's going to be nice out there. It's going to be nice out there tonight. I'm looking forward to getting out into the city, see what's going on, you know. Pick up some of the Canada Day vibes. Be nice. Play golf, yeah, for sure, man. I feel like later in my life that I will be spending more time on sport, you know? Golf, skiing, cycling, hiking are my current favorites. But yeah, I would definitely play some golf, you know. I guess that's the other thing too. Like if you have a lot of money, something else that would be a nice luxury is the ability to be part of a club, you know, social club or a private golf club or something like that. Have a place to go that is sort of like a little bit secluded and shared amongst a small group of people, because obviously you can't do it alone. Be kind of nice, you know. There's some upside in that, I think. Fold the fours, the rejam here from Sergio, and we must battle it out here. We must continue to battle against the big blind. Check, check here. It's probably like half bet, half check with this queen jack, but in reality, I'm just going to check on 6-7-4. Piggy Small says, get down to scratch handicap. It's 5 in the minute, so not impossible. Bro, you're close. What do you mean not impossible, bro? It's reachable. It's obtainable. I know it's hard to drop a stroke. Like, it's a lot harder to drop one stroke from, like, you know, 1 handicap to 0 than it is from, like, 20 to 15. But nonetheless, bro, you're right there. I mean, you're right there. I'm not sure what it looks like, Big Ripper. With my Poker Plus loss, like, I am pretty aggressive with my shot taking, in that when I am having good results, I'm just fighting bigger and bigger tournaments, because I find that like an exciting way to pursue poker for me personally, you know. So I would assume that I'm up a bit in poker, but not a huge amount, I don't think. But then we're also shot taking like a lot of small field 1Ks and stuff like that too. Like I know I'm definitely winning in them. Probably most of our profit this year comes from 1Ks, actually, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I don't know. Like if my goal was to maximize profit, I would play the grand, but like I'd probably play mostly 200s, hundreds and 200s, and then good 500s, right? Whereas we are just kind of shot taking big stuff whenever we can see it. So. For 100 mil, I'd be playing poker all around the world, playing the biggest, best tournaments, EPTs, WCPs, etc. I'd also make YouTube content, doing nice things for good people who like to help others. Start 2 charities and host charity events for 2 things that mean a lot to me. I'd also buy 2 bars and a few properties for income. Let's go. I like it, man. I like that. That's very cool. Good plans. Yeah, I guess like personal expenditure wise, I would buy a house here in Montreal, and then I'd probably buy a place in London. Because that's Rebecca's home country and stuff. So I'd buy two spots. They wouldn't be huge. Like I don't need a bigger place than what I got right now. It's just fine. And same sort of thing for London, and then that'd be that. I think we check to induce here actually because like paired board flush completes. We have a straight, but like it's not the nut straight. It's not 8-9. I think it's a check call on the river, unless we see a really crazy bet size. Yeah, I think we got to call for 96. Yikes. So I think that's what I'd do for personal expenditure, and then I would like put a certain amount of money in equities to where I know that I could generate the yearly expenditure in return on average, into the market. And I think I would donate the rest probably. That's probably what I do. How much would the rest be? I'm not entirely sure, but art has to be about more than about the value. But if you get a huge piece, you might as well get in a museum to share. Yeah, that's the thing. Like maybe you could open a gallery though, like could hold your art collection in a gallery so that people could view it and pay the rent or something, Interesting idea. King 8 suited. I'm going to 3-bet here. You'll see that Canada Day is a much smaller thing than Quebec Day here. Yeah. Well, I noticed that last year too. I know like Bonne Fête Nationale or St. John Day. Happy St. John. St. John, whatever it's called. I feel like it's just called St. John. Was a bigger deal than Canada Day. But nonetheless, I think I'm going to go check out the fireworks at Old Port anyways, and I think it'll be nice. Probably going to go over there tonight, check it out in Old Port, and then walk through the gay village, which I think has some sort of art festival going on right now. See that random couple in Colorado that woke up the Stanley Cup in their driveway? No. What happened there? What's the story? What's your handicap? It was around scratch at its peak, dude. Right now, I would guess if I played like 20 rounds this year, I would guess my handicap would be something like 10. But I don't know. I don't know what it could be. The thing is, like, when I got out into the range for the first time in like 4 years, my swing is money, bro. Like it's like nothing ever changed, Like obviously I'll have less power and I have a lot less mobility and flexibility and stuff. So like a lot of that would have to be worked in. But like, dude, I was hucking darts out there with like a rental set of 90s irons. And I was like throwing darts in at pins and I hadn't played for 4 years. It's like, I wasn't sure if I got better, it's like, I was kind of blown away. So I don't know. It's not that far away. I could bring it back. Easy. For sure, golf at any level is awesome. Even better at meet to make so many important friends at prestigious private courses. Pure AF in all the senses. Absolutely a dream to tee it off 8 a.m. with an immaculate grass. Yeah, man. I mean, like golf courses are just so nice from a personal perspective, I think there's some interesting arguments against golf courses in that they're not necessarily always in the public good, and they have some duty when it comes to like consumption and stuff like that. But nonetheless, if we just sort of put those arguments aside for a second, it's a gorgeous day in nature, it's just like really hard to not have a good time up there. It's a great game, and it's a complex game, and it's a game that you can spend time on forever, trying to improve and get better. It keeps you in reasonable shape, you know, not athletic shape, not like Olympic shape, but you know, keeps you in decent shape. And yeah, you have great conversation with interesting people over several hours in nature. It's like awesome, you know, like it's just a win-win-win. First impression is obviously calling the river here. We do lose to ace queen and king queen, but I think the likelihood of ace queen betting on the turn is pretty high. I think we can see king queen and queen jack, but we block queen jack. What do we win against? King 10, yeah. Yeah. So we get a nice sort of like block value bet in there on the turn, but the plan is not to fold the river anyways. Can you master poker in 50 days? I'm going to Vegas in 50 days. You can't master it because no one has mastered poker. You know, like poker is a never-ending pursuit in which there's no winning. It's just improving or regressing in relation to everyone else. But you can learn a lot about poker in 50 days. If I were wealthy, I get a spot in Mayfair in London near the park. Beautiful area. I don't know if I've been to Mayfair before. Got to fold to all this action. 10 take it down. We're on 250 here. Winner takes all their chips through, and it's not going so well for us yet. Biggest downswing in tournaments and in money, like 60, 70K or something like that. 6-7 months-ish. Something like that. But like I said, I run my poker career a little bit different than most people in that I'm creating content, so it makes sense for me to challenge tougher games than I would need to if I wasn't a streamer, or because I think it's interesting and fun that way, you know? So, yeah. Canada is moving day in Quebec. Yeah, for sure, man. I tweeted out this morning. Happy Canada Day and moving day. Ace 5 of diamonds here. I think we're going to jam. It's a good hand to jam. We cover both opponents for a bounty, which is kind of lit as well. It's a good sort of like semi-bluffing hand, right? When we get caught by slow-played kings, we have 33%. But most of the time, we're just going to get it through. And then also, when we jam here and we jam queens and we jam jacks, it's like they're going to call a little bit more because we got hands like ace-5 that jam too. So, all of that. All right. 5-minute break. Poker Staples on Twitch. Back at flop instead of check raise. It really makes me want to bet here, but Like, we can rep these two pairs. What's going on, familia? We defended the big blind. We are 1 hour away from the home game. Exclamation mark home game. $5 buy-in. Some nice added prizes tonight. Hope to see you all playing in there if you're in a place that can play. And we call with Queen 9 of the big blind here. It's winner take all, right? So there's no ICM. It's just like get all the chips. And we call on the flop. We turn 2 pair. Now a king beats us here, actually. I'm going to check. Because I think it's going to be hard to get calls from worse hands. I mean, I can get a call from Queen Jack, Queen 10 or something like that. But they can also check a king on the turn. They don't have any 5s, though. We call. Queen's full. That is too bad. They don't have any 5s on the river. So I think we definitely want to find the call there. Unlucky. Just like a terrible turn, obviously. Bad flop, giving us a pair, and then the turn giving us 2 pairs. It's like, you're GG'd. So we're not going to make it into the grand. That's too bad. We were chip leader for a second there, too. It would have been nice to get in on the cheap. Let's get the 125 open going now, though. Put it on table 2 as a replacement right away. A solid dude, way better than most. Personally, I'm a +2 at the moment. I was top 50 in Canada as a junior. That's sick, man. Very cool. When were you a junior? How old are you, Big Ripper? We might have played some. I mean, I didn't play across Canada much, but I played a lot in Alberta and then some in BC, like junior golf competitively. But then also my cousin was a pro golfer in Canada for a while, so he played a lot of junior golf too. Mike Maisie is his name. Michael Maisie. 5s here. I think it's a rejam. I think it's a rejam here against King 4 suited. Nice to see the King 4. You know, it's not often you only have one overcard with 5s, right? Take it down. Call the block bet. Chop it up. So we're in a better spot now in the big 109. We have a set. Check of the flop. Just going to try and go for bet now, I guess. I mean, we would love for them to take the bait, but doesn't seem likely. Check raise the river. Check raise the river is the plan. Not getting a value from ace high. We lose some money against 6x, but hopefully we can get the check raise and then also get all of the money or a ton of money from like a trips or a flush, right? Whoa, sub hype coming in. Mogatu, my Montreal brother. What's up, Mogatu? How are you, man? Let's go. Come on, bro. Let's go. Thank you, Mogatu. Appreciate it, man. Poker and golf are very similar in that each shot is completely different as variables, and also both games are imperfectible. Yeah. A never-ending battle in both games that you can fight against for a lifetime. And you will never complete. Never complete. You just continue to grow, you know? That's it. Like an insurmountable mountain. Take it down. We defend with 3-4. Check fold there. Beira 0510. Let's go, my friend. Let's get it. Let's go. Home game just started. No, it isn't. It starts in an hour, man. Home game in an hour, man. What are you talking about? Home game just started. We got 52 minutes. Unless I'm mistaken. I think I see myself registered. Shaheen, how are you, bro? What's up, my neighbor? Time to one table while preparing my suitcase. Punta Cana tomorrow. Amazing. Have a great time, man. Have a great time in Punta Cana. Sounds epic. And yeah, I'll hold down the streets here, Shaheen. Home game on Party Poker. Yep. Yes. There's all the information you need. Go with the King Queen suited in position. Only played once in BC, the Canada Junior Championship. Beside that, never been out west past Northern Ontario. For sure, never crossed paths. Maybe sometime we could get a game since I'm in Gatineau, only a few hour drive away. Yeah, man. You know, I was daydreaming at some point this week, and I was just thinking, like, I need a spot to play here in Montreal somewhere, you know, especially if I'm setting up roots. I need to find a club. And I'm not sure if I can afford the clubs around here, but I need a lay of the land in figuring out what clubs to even consider. So, yeah, if you have any intel on that, let me know. Because I would like to join some sort of private club somewhere and play there. I don't have a car is the thing that's a little annoying. I live in the city and kind of embracing the urban exploration. But there's a few you can get to by train. You could leave your clubs there or whatever, you know. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. To be determined and developed. We win this, right? Come on now. For 43,000 in the 530. I saw pips. We're good. We're good. Let's go. Ace Queen against Jacks. All in the Masters. We try again. I'm gonna raise because I don't think the full houses bet the size, essentially. I mean, it's bold, but I'm basically thinking that Langler doesn't have any full houses when they bet the small size on the river. So I was just calling flop and turn because I thought king high was the best hand. And then on the river, I'm trying to bluff an ace high value bet, I think. All right, we're back into the Masters. And the king's here. Shaheen and Mogatu both going to Mexico from Montreal. Amazing. Mexico Tourism Board doing something right. Three bet, get a call. Ace, king, three. Small bet. Small bet, get a call. 9 on the turn. Bet again. Let's go. We are probably chip lead right now of this big 109. Probably. We are the chip leader. Let's go. Over the king 10 on the button. Get a call on the small blind from May 27. Playing a lot of hands. Half of them. In through the window, I'm off to Spain on Tuesday. First holiday in 3 years. Let's go, man. A lot of people going on holiday right now. Have a good time, dude. In a nice bike ride in my hood this week. Where did I go, Shaheen? Whereabouts are you in the city? I did a lot of bike rides this week, actually. Did 3, I think. Pretty long ones. And one of them, I went over the bridge to South Shore, actually. Raise 3 bet, 4 bet. We have to fold. Yeah, one of them. So I did Nuns Island, right? I did all of Nuns Island. And then one I did through Verdun and LaSalle to the Rapids. And then back. And then one I did down the Lachine Canal to Old Port, through Plateau, Mile End, all the way up to Park Jerry, and then back. Those were the 3 main rides. And then last week I did one over Nuns Island Bridge to the South Shore through Longo. And then I took the metro back from there with Rebecca. So Quite a few, man. I'm getting the lay of the land. There's still more to explore, but I've definitely got a few spots under my belt now, you know? I'm going to check with top set because I think it's really hard for them to have good hands. Really hard to have hands for them that can call 3 streets. I think I'm probably going to be more successful at inducing bluffs here. With queen, you know? I wouldn't do this with ace queen or king queen, right? With queen, I just block that top pair so hard. On such a dry board, I want to induce here. I do. Flipping here. Queen 10 against ace deuce. Call again on the turn. We have lost the flip, unfortunately. And now on the river, a flush completes and some straights complete. So against a big bet, we just call. Against a mid-sized bet... Do people bet half pot with flushes or straights? No, they don't. I'm going to go for a greedy thin raise here. It's greedy and thin. But my main data point here is I don't think people choose this size when they have straights or flushes. That's it. Like, that's the whole data point, right? We block them having 2 pairs. In theory, our hand is too thin to raise. But it's just a sizing read in that I think people bet 90,000 here when they have flushes and straights. When they bet 60,000, they've got bluffs or other hands, including 2 pairs, by the way. All right, so we get a fold there with the queens. We're at the 450. We're all in 9s against ace deuce. In the open. Come on, Dottie. No 3, no ace. Keep it clean. Let's go. Let's go. This 10-4-4, our opponent's mostly supposed to check raise flop. There's some hands that call too, but when they don't check raise flop, I think I like the double barrel here with king 5. Long thinking a call, 6 on the river. A lot of bluff candidates here. King 5 is a pretty reasonable one. I'm going to bluff this, say 2/3 of the time here. Not this time. It's easy to overdo it, right? See, this ace 9 is supposed to fold on the turn. Like, this is exactly the hand that's supposed to fold on the turn, right? Like 10-4-4 barrel queen. It's just an error. I mean, they're right. They're right in this instance, but against a range, like it's just... That's incinerating fumes entering this guy. So if we know our opponent is peeling turn that wide, then we barrel river. You know, we bluff river a ton, but we don't. You know, like most people are going to get rid of that. Most of the time, they're going to be left with middling pairs. They're going to be stuck with like weak 10x, right? They're not going to have really any 4x left. They're going to have some 10x. They're going to have some queen x. They're going to have some ace high with backdoor flush draws on the turn that fold the turn. Yeah. I don't like the 2s open here. Shove stacks. We would have to call this one. We'd raise fold to this one. It's not a great lineup. Yo, Bjorn95. Congrats, bro. Glad to hear that. Keep it up, and thanks for watching. La Petite Patrie, just above Le Plateau. Amazing. Okay. See, I'm confused on terminology, right? Because I think of, when it comes to like east of Mount Royal or Montreal, right? The east of it, or Montreal East. Not Montreal East. You know what I mean? Direction-wise, it's northeast, but you consider it east. I'm confused because I know that you have Old Port, right? I know you have Gay Village. Hochelaga, past the bridge or whatever. But then there's Plateau, there's Mile End, Outremont, Mount Royal suburb, Little Italy, Little Portugal. But Little Portugal is part of Plateau. Like, I'm just not sure, because I feel like Plateau is encompassing of a few different neighborhoods. I could be wrong on that. And you tell me if I'm wrong. I just can't pick out in my brain where Plateau is and where it stops and where Mile End starts and stops. And what divisions are practical for people to use as terminology, you know? Like, do you use Little Italy or do you just call it something else? Do you use Little Portugal or do you call it something else? La Petite Patrie, like, I don't, you know, I can't. Petite Patrie. See, I would think of this as Little Italy, but La Petite Patrie, yeah, okay. And Laurier East. See, I mean, these are really small neighborhoods, and I don't know how to differentiate them when I'm talking about where I'm going. I say Plateau and Mile End and Little Italy. Those are the three. And then Gay Village. I never say Milton Park, ever. Downtown. Old Port, Griffintown, Little Burgundy, St. Henry. And I basically just call it all Plateau between Gay Village and Mile End. I call it all Plateau. Could be wrong, dude. I don't know. Please inform me. Make it so that I don't sound like an idiot to the natives of the land, the people that were born here and raised here. Please. It's just different board textures and stacked up C-Thrilla. It's not always true, right? Like, you can't just be like, oh, top set's always a check or top set's always a bet, because it's also your positions that you're opening in, and therefore the range of hands you have as opposed to your opponent's range of hands, right? Like, if it's button versus big blind and you have top set, your opponent's continuing with any pair and like any gut shot and stuff. It's different if it's like you raise under the gun and they call in the small blind and the board is, 10 6 deuce or something like that. It's like they don't have any good hands, so it's just very different, and those variables are what's going to make the difference. I basically mental note: when playing Jamie, bet half pot of the river with a flush. There you go. Perfect. Balloon, I'm not running that poll, bro. I'm not running that poll. There's just no way. I'm not doing it. What's up, though? Welcome. Too big of a 3-bet here to peel a king 10 suited, I think. Got some good stacks going on, though. 5x stack, 1.5 stacks in the 525. And in this 109, we are 7-21. I'm doing fine. You know what I always forget as well? Rosemont. Because I mix up Outremont and Rosemont often. And they're obviously completely different. And then New Rosemont. I've never been that far before. That would be my furthest. 9-10 of clubs. Ooh. This is an option. I mean, it turns our hand face up as garbage, but the thing is, if we're not going to get punished sufficiently by the big blind, then we can just do it. Wow, another set. A6-3. People overfold against check raises here, unfortunately. But we still need to do it because people aren't going to barrel enough on the turn. All right, nice. That went well. Sixes against ace-10. I don't think their play is crazy, by the way, necessarily. Like, I'd play it differently. I would maybe click back or call the check raise, but, like, they can think that they have the best hand, and that's not a crazy assumption. The board's so dry, you know. But we take it down, which is cool. Fold in the stack deck, depth 22 blinds, 8-5 suited on the button. Also on the edge, bounty on our head, sub 20 blinds is fold. But 100 blinds deep, we open on the button. You know, without bounties, we raise. Check raise flop, get a call, 9 on the turn. Just going to keep betting here. In theory, we would probably do some checking on this card, but not really with queen jack. And bet the river. We're beat by a few hands now, but I still think there's value to be had with queen jack here. I think it's pretty unlikely our opponent has ace-4 suited. King 10 is possible for them. They don't always play King 10 this way, though, so it's discounted, I'd say, a decent amount. $75 in bounties. We have 800,000 chips. That's a lot of chips, man. That is a lot of chips at this stage of the tournament. Let's go. 7 to 21 here. How many pay? 13 pay. First place, 1,800. Okay. I'd say best bet would be to join Club Link. Lots of great variety. 7 in Montreal area. My favorite being Fontaine Bleu. Golf club, also known as Rosemere. Personally not a member as I rarely travel the private course in my area or even higher quality. Being in DT, there's not a whole lot I can say without a vehicle. Word. Okay, thank you. Club Link. Interesting. I'll take a look. You don't sound like an idiot. You were right. Okay, cool. I'm glad to hear that then. That's good. Check out Club Link. I'd say half, if not more, the Montreal great area are private, so Club Link would be your best bet to play a variety, not knowing other players at various private courses to invite and play and vice versa. I will check it out, man. Sounds good. Yo, we played in the Grand Saturday. I actually won it. Martin. Let's go, Martin. Good luck at the Grand on Sunday, dude. I'll be in there. I'll be in there with you. We bet, right? Trying to fold out ace highs here. Pair of threes, calls it off. Fair enough. Aces. Interesting. Yeah, I see. Okay, so there's like 3 courses, sort of Montreal area, and then a couple in Ottawa too. You could get to. Interesting. Jam with the kings here. Let's go. 63,000. Nice chip up. Pulled the deuce 6. Onwards, dude. Filthy stacks. Filthy, filthy stacks right now, chat. Let's go. Check around. The flop turns in 8 of spades. That spot early in the open, huge print to, I'm guessing, chip lead to take it all. Dude, have you won the this Party Poker Classic before? I don't think I've won the open before. Do we still have... I don't know if this has been updated. We've won the 88. I don't think we've won the open. Yeah, best finish is 5th place in the open. We got to update that, though. And the schedule has changed a little bit, so... Yeah. Open the 8's pretty big 3-bet here, right? Yikes. Tough here. I think I'm actually going to fold. Like, theory would say to call, but I think against this big sizing, we're going to really struggle post-flop. And that they're going to have 9s and 10s, and then they're going to have ace-king and ace-queen. And then, so against their continuing range on the flop, it's, like, going to be really hard for us to make, like, very profitable decisions. But theory will say to peel the 3-bets and then play post-flop. You know, that's what it'll say to do. I think all those town names are more for precision, but like you said, people will say Plateau, Griffintown, Old Montreal, etc. Okay. Word. And so do you think it's common, sorry for the follow-up question, but do you think the most common terminology people will use to describe areas east of the mountain would be Old Montreal, Gay Village, Plateau, Mile End, Little Italy? Is it in that order, or will people more commonly use some different terminology? Called by Jack, fair enough. In sort of that line, you know, on that thoroughfare. If you're taking Barrie all the way up from Old Port all the way through, is that the terminology they'll use in order? Yo, what's up, Ace from Space? How you doing? Surprised to see you streaming today. Yeah, I know. I'd love to be out there, the Canada Day celebrations and stuff, but we got a home game in 25 minutes. Exclamation mark home game. And we got some good stacks as well, man. You know, we got some good stacks going on. Thanks, bro. My first grand. All right, dude. Nice. See you in there. It's a great tournament. It's one of my favorites ever. It's just been nothing but great vibes for me, so. Basically, Club Link is an international private club membership with courses all over Canada and Florida. Not sure if any in the UK, seeing as I might travel there due to B-Car. Yeah, man, go. B-Car convince you to go to the UK? It's legit. Oh, this is check raise. Sorry. Almost missed that spot. Check raise. Take it down. Almost missed it, man. Yeah, Club Link sounds pretty interesting, dude. Doesn't look like there's any in the UK on the map that I'm looking at anyways. It looks like you have Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal, and Florida is what I see, but could be missing something. Golf course in Longo called Le Parcours de Surf. You could get there by bus in Metro. Oh, nice. Okay. That sounds good. There's one course that I was looking at yesterday, and I don't know if this is realistic or if any of you guys have played there, but it's a club in Beaconsfield. Club de Golf Beaconsfield. So I think it's a private club in Beaconsfield. And the thing is, there is a train stop in Beaconsfield like 2 blocks away. Maybe 5 blocks away. So I was wondering if that was a thing. But I don't know if any of you guys have played there before, or, what the deal is. It's a private club. I don't know if it's a nice club or not. Like the golf course or whatever. I could definitely take like an above ground train. And if I leave my clubs at the course, like that could be doable, I could also just figure out how the car rental thing works here. There's one of those things where you can pick up the car on the street and you can drive it and then leave it. And then I could figure out how that works. And I guess I'd just need a way home. That'd be fine. Race call Squeeze from Prince. Jam? Or do we just go linear here against the Squeeze? No, we go linear actually. Yeah. Just a fold. 10-17, and it pays 13 on table 6. Why the blurry background, Jamie? You can't claim art as business expense if we can't see it. Bro, we got the art cam. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? We got the art cam. Breathe it in, chat. Breathe it in. It's a good looking background, if I say so. But I went for the big face cam because it's better for every other media platform that isn't Twitch, It's better for Instagram clips and TikTok clips and Twitter clips and Facebook videos and stuff. It's like, people are on their phone primarily and they're on small screens. And to connect with a human being, the big face is smart, So that's why we got the tight shot. And it's interesting. You're seeing it happen in Hollywood as well. If you watch like the Tonight Show with Trevor Noah or something like that, whatever that's called, that show, on TikTok, it's a super zoomed in panning shot of his face, where his face barely fits in the screen. It's like max size. So I think we're seeing entertainment largely shift to like much tighter crops on the stuff they're making. But we'll see. But all of the art that we've bought over the recent period is owned by the business. So it is not owned by me personally as an individual. It's owned by the business. Although I imagine I could sell it to myself eventually. In like a private sale or something, Could work. I think I'm all in against the limp. We might be getting debated here, but it's a pretty good hand. So good enough on 14 blinds. Debated with the ace king, bro. Punish the ace king limp. Diamond. Let's go. Punishment. Looking like a snack, Jamie. Thank you very much, Joel. Appreciate that, man. Bubble is on here. We'll go for the bubblegum fell. It's just an exploit check raise PGD. And that the response people are supposed to have to that check raise, people are not responding correctly to it. And if we input like how they're actually responding to it, then we can check raise a lot, basically. Yeah, it's private. Very nice though. I've played about 10 times, one of the oldest in Canada. I wonder if that's possible then to check out that club, because it's just functional and it's kind of close to my house. It's on the island. I just need to play around a little bit, dude. I need to get out there, play some courses. I don't need to book anything in this year or even next year, but at some point I'm going to want to be a member of a club somewhere. And maybe it's just Club Link and that's fine. Yo, Joel for Jesus, congrats, man. There you go. Won 2.2K last night in the cash game. Printing. Crushing. We need to continue, don't we? Oh, this sucks, though. Actually, I'm going to fold. This is probably a little too tight in theory, but, like, we can continue with, like, King Jack, King 10, King 9, every gutter, every pair, every backdoor flush draw. I think Ace Deuce is fine to fold, actually. I think I'm all right with it. I'm down with it. I guess we'll just bet fold King 9 here. We got sub hype coming in. Queen Bee, gifted a sub to Joel for Jesus. Welcome to the team, Joel. Courtesy of Queen Bee. Thank you so much. Appreciate the support. Loving the chat, you guys, for Queen Bee. Long-time supporter of the channel. Thank you. Problem is getting someone to know to invite you to play there. Yeah. My strat back in the day used to be to call up and just ask with a good phone voice. You ready? You ready for my trial of how I'm gonna ask to play at this golf course? Okay. Bring. Let's assume this is in English. Hello, this is James Staples calling. I was just wondering if I have the what's the golf club name? The so-and-so golf club. Do I have the right number? You do? Oh, hello. Great. Happy to speak to you today. I just was calling because I'm a new person to the city. I originally came from out west in Alberta. I was a member at a club there in Alberta, and so I'm looking to set up a bit of a golf home for myself here in Montreal. And so I was doing some looking on Google, and I found your club here. I was wondering, first of all, who could I talk to about inquiring about becoming a member of your club is the first thing. And the second thing, is there a time that I could maybe come by and take a look or perhaps play the course? I don't know if you have any agreements with other clubs, but you could maybe call my club in Alberta See if you could play. Just wanted to call and inquire on that. That's my pitch, dude. That's my pitch. Do you think it's getting through, chat? Do you think they're letting me in? A little psychobabble on the phone, bro. I feel like I'm getting in. I feel like I'm getting a quick round. If I could just sneak in for, like a late afternoon round or a time that you're not busy and maybe take a look at the course, possible? I think we could do it, man. I think it's all we need. Raising a 3-bet, we're going to fold. Take it down. Threes here is just going to be a fold. We got another sub hype coming in. PSR. Dropping the 56-month resub, the legend PSR. How are you, man? Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate that. Get some hearts out of the chat, you guys, for PSR. Thanks for your support. Welcome back to the team. But, guys, home game starting up in 12 minutes. Exclamation mark home game. Hop into the tournament. It's going to be good fun. It's just $5. There's some good added prizes. Let's play, dude. Let's play. It's going to be great. We're up to 11 people registered. It's definitely going to run. Perfect. Let's go. Parcours de Surf has 2 golf courses. I just don't know how long the bus ride would be because, right, okay. Take the yellow line and then a bus or something. You're my first ever poker streamer. What's up, Lacey Slots? How are you? Used to share my scores on your channel from PKR. Wow, we are going back. They've been debunked since 2017. That's quite a while. I always lurk when I can. Well, thank you so much, Lacey Slots. Appreciate that. I remember the old PKR days, right? And then they went under, and then I think Stars bought them and reimbursed players. Or Sky Poker or something like that. Bought them, maybe. Or no. Stars bought them, and then also Stars bought Sky Poker, too. I think. Anyways. Thanks for being here all this time. Glad you're digging it. Oh, 2.2K in the 55 tournament. Actually won 250 in the cash game last night. Still printing, bro. It's just printing in .com is all I'm hearing. That's all I'm hearing, man. Still in the bubble here. This 109, 1 of 35 in the Centurion. Doing it. We have double stack in the 525 bounty. Lead the turn, jam the river, probably. It's just a good hand to bluff, I feel like, this Jack 9. Oh. Pretty bad bluff spot here on the river. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to jam here or not. I'm just going to check, though. The Jack Deuce. Think you're getting around. We got it. It's a long one. You got to chit chat with him. You got to chit chat. Yes, mate, you're getting around. Let's go. Let's go. Had me at the beginning, but went on a bit. It was a bit long. It was a bit, you know, we could cut it down. Could cut it down by 20 seconds for sure. Full down. Swedish players allowed in your home game, Jamie? Martin? I'm not sure, chat. Can Swedish players play in the home game? Do you guys know? I'm not sure, because there is some restrictions in Sweden in regards to like added prizes and stuff. So I don't know the answer specifically. It is in the lobby, so it's in 7 minutes. When you hear this, it's 3 minutes. If you see PokerStable's home game in the lobby and you register, then you can play. If you can't see it or it doesn't allow you to register, then you can't. But I don't know the specific rules on Sweden for that. Sorry, I should know, but it's been a while since I've been asked that. Threes. Fold in the stack depth. Forgetting the name of the club, not sure. Yeah, we need that, don't we? We need that. The ringing was the best part. Thanks, Rebecca. Thank you for that. Or if you really want to, go extreme with it, you could also get someone else. Man, let's go. 330,000. Ace 9, beauty. Still in the bubble, but it'll be a jam here. Definitely be a jam. However, trial round might pass, but a very slim chance, I'd say. Definitely start a fib by claiming in Alberta private club membership is not the way to go. Honestly, decent pitch. Why not give it a go? The thing is, like, I could just say, you know, I've been traveling the last couple of years in Europe for work. Haven't been, you know, in a stable place to play some golf in a couple of years, but I'm looking to get started because I was a member of a private club in Lethbridge.
I mean, it's not a crazy private club or anything, but I was, you know. Give it a go though. Anyways, quick 5-minute break. Poker Staples on Twitch. A few minutes. Let me grab a drink.
I'm just gonna
and then when we come
base
back,
this
the
off
home
like
game begins.
their opening range is too wide here.
Exclamation mark home game. See you guys.
And
in a
with
few
our
minutes,
actual
everybody.
hand, we don't want to like call and try and show down.
Hello. Sorry about the dropout on break. I'm not sure what happened there. Disconnection, but I think we are back and just with a longer delay now. 2 tournaments have started up. I didn't actually know we were getting 2 tournaments, but here we are. This is Bubble Felt. Let me reframe this. Okay. Let's start the tunes. So I actually have 8 tables right now. I have a 320 and I have the home game off to the side. So I will keep you guys posted as much as we can. We're going to rejam even on the bubble here with this hand. It's just a great hand. Nice. Ace-Jack against 7-10. We lose here to 2 pair. That's too bad. We will be the bubble person. But that's okay. It is what it is, you know? Sometimes you bubble. Open the ace-king. Call, squeeze for a 187 bounty. This is huge. Very important. Very important pot going down right now. It really sucks that the internet goes down like this too, because it's like, oh, what? Kings? How is that even possible, man? Oh, that's so sick, dude. It's so sick. Especially like we open ace king, right? On that, not that, like 50 blinds. They flat. There's a 10 blind squeeze. We have ace king. No, I'm not going to re-enter, bro. Get me out of here. What do you mean? I just bubbled and I just lost ace king to kings with a 175 bounty in play. What do you mean? Am I going to re-enter? What are you kidding? You playing a joke? My internet can't stay up. Bro, what do you think? We're having a good time here? All right, let's reframe some stuff here. We'll get there eventually. Cry call. We have some equity too when we're not ahead, right? Like we have ways to improve against Jack Deuce, for example. But all right, well, that was really bad. All of that. But that's okay. We have 6 tables now. Home game is on table 5. We just lost king, queen to 8, 9. I don't know how that happened, but that did happen. Well, the old Jack 7 deuce, King Jack against Jack 7. I think I'm cursed. We have to fold here, I guess, because they should back raise all the time. Holy smokes, man. That sucked. And I don't know if the stream is working, unfortunately. Are we here, dude? I feel like I got a host from Party Poker and then went offline. Everything okay? Are we here? What's up? Let me know if you can hear me and see me, chat. Some of you may not realize that the stream went offline and might lose those numbers. Oh, tilting. For the queen 5, 10-8 on the button. Sure, we'll give it a raise. I'm just not sure if this is working though. I don't know if the chat is working. Break clip is mute. I think that was the disconnect probably. Oh, don't tell me you guys have no audio as well. Because that means the disconnect ruined the audio. Can you guys hear me? Bro, come on, man. Why is that happening, dude?